Hello, and welcome to another episode of Next Level Slayer. I am your host, Crystal Lauren, and in this episode, I am going to talk about my first show that I did on Whatnot, and I'm going to show you how I set up for a Whatnot show. If you don't know what Whatnot is a platform where you can sell items live to an live audience by doing live shows. You have the option to sell your items through an auction by people bidding, or you can set your starting bid to whatever you want. You have the option to do buy nows, and you also have the option to do what they call bundle shows, which is what I am going to be doing tonight. Tonight I have a show at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you're watching this past today is July 27th, then you missed that show. But I'm going to be having them every Sunday, so the link will be below where you'll be able to follow me on Whatnot and check out what I have for sale. Now, my first show I did last Wednesday, and I did have, even though I didn't have any followers at that time, people still came to the show. That's how the app works. People will still come to your shows if you're having a show in a category that they're interested in. People will show up. Now, did I get any sales? No, because my show I did was selling pens, and I was selling wine stoppers. I was selling already pre-made items, and the few people that did come, they were looking more so for supplies. Now, I didn't have any supplies on hand to sell, but a few, but I am building up my supply inventory. So I am going to be ready with more supplies tonight and some pens and wine stoppers that you see here. Now, I definitely sold them for the pens that I sold was less than what I would sell them on Etsy, but on Whatnot, you're depending on what category you sell in. You're probably going to need to start lower than you normally would sell them for until you build up a large enough audience. And again, it depends on the category. You could sell it for, like these pens here that you see here. Like a pen like this, I would sell on Etsy, in my Etsy store, for about $12. All right, $12.99 actually. Okay, but on Whatnot, from what I saw during my research, I can see that it would be hard to sell the pen for this amount, at least until I built up a wide enough audience that's strictly looking for pens that's already made. So a lot of people on Whatnot in my category, which is the beads supply category, because they don't have a category for pens. So a lot of them are looking for supplies. So I am having a sale today in my show, and I am also doing a bundle sale. The last show I did, I was auctioning off everything one by one. So let's just say I had this wine stopper up. I would be able to, first you have to list all your items that you're going to sell, and then you have to attach them to this live show that you want to sell them in. And you set the bid price that you want to sell it for. Now, let's say this here I was selling for $10. okay, or 8. I think I was selling them for 8. Then the starting bid would be set to 8, and then the person who wants to buy it, that's watching your show, would just buy it at 8. They would place their bid at 8, and it would hit their card right then and there. So then I would move on to the next thing, and let's just say that same person wanted to buy something else, then they would hit bid and it would hit their card again. So that's like an auction show where people bid per item and their card is charged each time. Well, a bundle show is where the person can just put, let's say I had this pen up and they wanted it, they would hit claim. And then what I would do is put it in their basket to the side until the end when they're ready to check out. Then I would add up all the items that they claimed and then check them out by setting up a total for them in there for them to go ahead and pay for everything all at once. So that is what I'm doing tonight. I'm having a bundle sale where you, with a $10 minimum, meaning you have to spend at least $10. You can't come in and just buy $3 or $3 worth of stuff and go. I have a $10 minimum in this show. Now, I also, as you see here, I'm going to be selling, I have a $2 section, trying to see, make sure it stays in focus. I have a $3 items, I have $4 items, and I have $5 items that is going in this show. So this tray here is where I can show items that may be in a bag, where I can have, just have them here, the different types I have that's selling in a package together. Okay, so I have this tray for that. So you want to have, well, let's say you want to start selling pens, which is what I do, and you're watching this channel to learn how to sell your pens or your beaded items that you want to sell, because I just don't sell pins and beads. I do sell make bracelets, but I haven't really got into the bracelets, the making of bracelets. I've made a few, which I'm not going to be selling in this show. I tried to sell it in my first show, no takers in them. But again, it was my first show. Only a handful of people came, and most of them probably were looking for supplies. Okay, so if you're following me on this channel and you want to learn how to sell on whatnot, then this is what I'm showing you now. Okay, now this is my setup. So you want to have a shelf like this. If you don't already have one, you want to get you one of these dry eraser boards. That way you can have, per show, you can write what your show is about, what the viewers are to expect. Okay, if you don't have that many supplies and you don't have enough pens to fill up a whole tray like this, this tray holds 48 pens, and I got it on Amazon. I'm gonna have the link below for some of these items for this. Well, I may have the link below for it, and then this here, because some of these things I got in different places, so I may not remember where I got them. So if you only have a few items that you're selling, this is a 6-1 holder, so you want to have one of those. The other thing you want to have is basically have everything set up how you want to share. So I have, which you can't really see, but I'm going to try to show you here. Like this box right here is a box of items that I'm selling for $2. So I just have them, I don't have them in a tray, I just have them in this box. So this would be I have it ready to go so I can start sharing this. These are my $2 items. And then I have in another tray, these are my $3 items. And I have them already packaged up and priced on them, ready to go. So that way I can say up next is this, whoever wants them, it'll go in their own, you know, to the side with their name on it. Kind of like you see, I don't know if you've watched on TikTok, stores that sell these items, kind of the same way. So then I have a basket for a similar basket, but for my $3, my $4 things and my $5 items. And that's pretty much it. I don't want to make this video too long, but the first show, you make sure you want to have good internet Wi-Fi where people can see. There's no interruption. It doesn't look all fuzzy or anything like that. And I'm going to definitely make sure I don't think I did it the first time, is because you may be recording and can't tell that your internet is unstable. Sometimes you can, but just in case you can't, you can ask your viewers to give you a okay that they can see everything clearly. And again, this tray, like I said, is for if you want to give people choices. Like you want this one if they're choosing from multiple kinds, so you can put one like this, one like that. Do you want A, B, C, or D? You can do that with this. You can't really see from here, but yeah, so like A, B, C, or D. So you can set it up that way where people can choose from different things. So I just have this here because this is something that I'm selling. These here is just so I can have myself ready to show things like these spacers here. I have a bag of them, but in different colors. So I want to be able to give people a close-up look on things where I can just go for it. Okay, so you always want to be prepared ahead of time for your show. You can have a backdrop like this of items. It doesn't even have to be items that you're selling if you just want to have it just for display. But these are items that I am going to be selling. These here are just giving me ways to show examples. Well, this pen is actually being sold, so this is not just the that's being sold, so that goes there. But this here is just so I can show people, like I'm selling these here, just to show people what it looks like on a pen. So you want to have examples of things that you're selling. That's what that is there. And the same thing with this. This is those that are down there, and just showing people like what it looks like on a pen. They can get an idea. And this is one stopper here. Put this in the front down here. So yeah, you want to just have things together for people to, let's put this in the back. There you go. But yeah, that's how you have your put your show together for whatnot. If you're going to be selling beaded pens or any beaded items, if you're doing jewelry, that will be a totally different show that I'll do when I start making more bracelets. But supplies is something that I am going to be offering, be selling a lot of. So if you want to get some inventory or get some ideas, you can follow me on Whatnot. I'll be also giving some ideas here on this channel on, to keep, help you, come up with some ideas on pens that you can make. All right, so that is it. That is all. I thank you guys for watching. If you want to learn more about having a bead business, or beaded pin business or whatever you're going to do with your beads, make sure you subscribe, turn on the notification, or if you want to learn on how to navigate the Whatnot platform, make sure you subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out. And until next time, I see you on the next level. Bye bye.